So the Russian River was really cool. We managed to fit into a double site. When we first saw it, I didn't think we were going to fit in there. We're still on the
hunt
for
still.
a bear.
It was fun though. We had a good time hanging out.
Yeah, we checked out Cooper Landing with them, and then we actually just said goodbye to them. But I'm sure we'll
catch up again. So we're headed to Seward. Just have a couple days of exploring, and then we're probably headed back up to Anchorage. So we'll see how Seward is.
All right, so we got here last night, and we were over in this site here, and we decided to move here along the water. This doesn't really give you a good indication. I think I just trapped myself. But we're on our way to Exit Glacier, and we're gonna do a hike there.
Crazy. We're like so far away from the glacier, and they have the years posted on where the glacier was. So we just passed
1899. The fact that they even have the fact that they even have a record of that is
so cool,
so impressive.
So this is, I mean, the glaciers are always melting, so I wonder how long they're gonna last.
Where is he?
Okay. Ooh, thank you. What'd you do? Got it. You're the oldest over there at 1800s. How much it's rump? 1917. We'd be on the glacier. Quite a bit more lush than the last glacier. It was just all barren.
Fjords actually is a rainforest at the base of the glacier where everything melts, and it gets between 60 and 100 inches of rain every season.
It's crazy.
So it's totally different.
Yeah, we're at 1961. We'd be on the glacier right now. We got to go figure out where 1980 is, so I can know where I could be placed as a baby. You're such an adventurer.
I am.
I don't know if you can hear it on this, but the amount of water coming off these mountains is just, it's insane. Layla, what did you learn?
There's so much good information. I learned that it's invisible.
All right.
Where I would be.
Lily would be on top of the glacier right now when she was born. Can you picture a baby Lily right here on top of the glacier? Yep, it would look just like that. Oh man. What do you guys think?
Glaciers are so cool.
It's so crazy, huh?
I think it's my favorite landscape that we had never seen before until being up in Canada and in Alaska.
They look like rivers. It's so cool seeing these score marks as the glacier just is receded and pushed, carving this out. I think we're going to try to hike up over there. There's another trail to get a different view, so I think we're going to do that. I think I talked him into doing that. I'm not ready to leave yet.
on our way up to this trail is this like whole sign that's all about bear warnings, and I've never read anything like that before. It was very specific, saying, you know, don't run, slowly back away, talk to a bear. If it charges you, then, you know, stop and scream and yell, don't run. And then it says, if it attacks you, if it's a black bear, fight it. If it's a grizzly bear, play dead until it starts eating you and then fight back. That literally is on the sign.
And then it says, if it's aggressive, spray with bear spray. That's funny.
I've never read a sign that said that before.
So I hope we don't
So
see
girls,
any. I hope
fight
we don't
the
see any.
grizzlies once they start eating you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like.
First chunk, then you can twitch a little bit.
If it gets
I don't feel like being Leonardo DiCaprio today, so
But is it eating you aggressive?
we're good.
So aggressive.
There's the parking lot. Right there. I don't know if I saw it.
I know. It's amazing. There's a certain flower.
Yeah. Holy cow.
I can't get over how blue it is. I just love it.
All right, so we ended up doing the hike, as you can see, and it definitely is worth it. It's a lot of elevation
It does
gain.
have a lot of elevation, so make sure you have lots of water and take it slow and have layers, because you get hot and then you're freezing at the top. So
Yeah, but like the glacier here is just,
it's amazing.
It's
I don't,
amazing.
you probably can't see it, but there's
can't
like
see the blues. and-
people like walking across the glacier out there.
Those are people right there. That's crazy.
It's stunning.
So now all we
Absolutely
got to do
beautiful.
is go down. So no big deal.
Except
Was
for
it
our
worth
knees.
it? Was
I
it
don't
worth
think
it?
It was worth it.
Yeah.
Lily? Lily's all bundled again too.
Oh, look at your glasses.
It is worth it. So there's a couple different levels. We just went to the first level on the Harding Icefield trail, and this was Marmont Meadows.
Yeah.
So you get a pretty awesome view, and if you keep going, you go to the top of the cliff, and they said that you're farther away from the Exit Glacier. This is the closest view that you get, but you can also see the rest of the ice field from the top.
So yeah, we're gonna go down and get back to our RV
Back to the beach
and
spot.
do some grilling and walking and hanging out.
Finding her someday. Out.
Gotten some exercise, climbed what, like 145 flights of stairs.
Oh, it was 1,600 feet.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
To the beach we go.
Good hike.
It was really good. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be sore in the morning.
Yeah. Probably. Exit Glacier is named because an expedition in the 60s crossed the Harding Icefield, which is part of, and they exited out that glacier, so it was called Exit Glacier. There's 40 other glaciers that come off the ice field, so Exit Glacier is just one of 40.
It's so crazy to think about.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. We made it back here to Iditarod Campground. It's the last campground that's in Seward. I think I'll show you like a map or something to show kind of where all the different campgrounds are. But this I think has the best view.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really neat. And we had a pulled pork, and we invited our neighbors over that we had just met to have a pulled pork that I had been smoking for a few hours already.
Hours and hours.
So I invited the vegan RV. And what I didn't realize was the motorhome experiment, which are
vegetarians.
They're not vegans, they're vegetarians.
Right. So he invited vegans and vegetarians over to eat a pulled pork that he had been smoking all day right next to their RVs.
Oh, geez. I didn't realize.
Sorry, guys.
Anyways.
They were amazing sports. Yeah. We all sat around by the fire and got to visit and talk and hang out. And we tried our very first vegan marshmallows. They were excellent, by the way.
Yeah, I've never had a vegan anything. We just had a great time visiting and catching up, and it's just crazy how fast you can get to know people and just running into people in Alaska. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's just been awesome.
Very cool. The RV community becomes even more close-knit when you're in a place like this. Everyone's like taken the time to drive up and to get to this place, so like you've all worked really hard to get there, and it's really fun to share all that and to share your adventures and where you've gone, and you know, oh, you haven't been here, you've got to go do this when you go. So it's neat.
It really is. So we had a great day, and we're heading out here in the morning.
So we're wrapping up our time here in Seward. We loved this quaint little town and all the fun little shops. There's lots of little places that you can even walk to for most of the campgrounds. So that makes it really nice because it's really easily accessible. And Corey's flying the drone over me. We're off to Anchorage to stock up on some food and meet up with some friends, and then move on to our next thing, which I'm thinking is going to be Hatcher's Pass, but I'm not sure. Did you guys find the dolphins?
Alaska has been made because I just saw dolphins.
Alaskan dolphins. Did you know there was such a thing?
Chasing after salmon.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
They're jumping all over the place over there.
That's awesome.
Oh.
So we're gonna head off and we'll see what we can find as we head up to Anchorage and then hopefully to Valdez.
All right, so pulling out of Seward, we pulled over to Drone. I wanted to there was a big cruise ship coming, so we pulled over. Well, we didn't do a walk around like we always do, no matter what. One time we didn't do it. I had pulled a drone battery out of the tailgate, and I left the tailgate down, and we drove
A long way.
A long way, and on one of the corners, it must have hit the trailer jack to jack it up, and it dented the top of our tailgate. So felt a little sick about that.
That's the first real like damage to the truck since we've had it. So that was a little bit of a hit.
That one hurt. So we were going back to Anchorage. So we went to Anchorage. We skipped our Alaska hike because we pulled over and realized we did that.
He was not up for a hike at that point.
I didn't feel like hiking.
And you know what makes everything better for Corey is dinner at Outback.
Pretty sad about that. I don't think that's going to be cheap. So we are at Outback. Nathan and Marissa are going to meet us here. Hopefully that'll make it better. I don't know. Outback is perfect though. This is the best thing to do.
Had some dinner and that helped a little bit.
It did help a little bit. So then we met their friends.
Chris and Marianne and Matthew and Abby wanted us to stay and hang out, and they were the sweetest, most gracious hosts ever. Oh my gosh. People who like RV and are part of this lifestyle,
they're like neighborhood with RVs because they have a fifth
wheel in their yard. And Marianne took us all to Flat Top where you can see all of Anchorage, and it just happened to be the remnants of a typhoon that was coming up from Hawaii, so it was super windy where the wind was like holding you up on the mountain. It was so fun.
So Chris helped me out with our I think I talked about it in the last video, our tire wear issues that we had on the rear axle, and he said he had the same issue. His bearings weren't seated properly. Sure enough, we jacked up all corners, and they were all loose. you could wiggle back and forth all the tires because the bearings need to be reset. You shouldn't have any kind of wheel play, so I'm glad we did that.
You guys did that so fast.
We had all 4 tires off, jacked up in like maybe 30, 40 minutes or so.
That's
Quick
amazing.
job, but a big job.
Amazing. And not something that you can do easily on the road.
So thank you, Chris. Look, the sun's out. This is the first sun we've seen in a while.
Vitamin D.
Yeah. We left Anchorage with Nathan and Marissa. We're on our way to Valdez. So that will be our next stop.
I'm so excited to see the sun because it has been like very rainy, and we've talked about how it's like a rainforest in certain areas around these glaciers and mountains. And last night we were kind of talking about how we kind of skipped winter last year because we had left Maine, but because of where we came and how long we've stayed to kind of get all this in Alaska, we sort of skipped summer. So
Yeah,
the
so
weather's just been mild.
Warm-ish.
Yeah.
But it's nothing that like summer's like, oh, you're jumping in the water, you want to
No.
go swimming and you're hot.
No swimming, no shorts,
not
no
happening
t-shirts.
here in Alaska.
Yeah. We have people that we're talking to that are there right now and have said that it's stunning and beautiful, and the salmon are running near the hatchery, so the streams are full and the bears are out, so we're psyched. And hopefully the sun keeps following us down, because this is awesome.
We're going through Thompson's Pass here in a little bit.
Yeah, that's supposed to be really gorgeous. We're going through some really big mountains. Other than Denali, these are the biggest mountains in Alaska, so it should be a pretty drive.
All right, so we made it down to the Glacier Lake here. It's Valdez Glacier, and it's called Valdez Glacier Lake. It figures that is supposed to be one of the best drives here, but everything was rainy and foggy, and we couldn't see anything.
We missed a lot of it, I think.
We got to go back out, so hopefully we'll have better luck out
Yeah.
there. But it's just incredible down here. I've never even seen icebergs, and they're right here floating in front of us. It's just incredible.
It's insane. And the mist on like the lush green mountains coming out of the lake, like I can't even describe it.
Oh, it's
unbelievable.
ridiculous. And it's cold down here.
Yeah.
Which, like, we came through Valdez, got out, and then we came down here, which is, a mile, 2 miles away. It is like 15 degrees colder.
Yep. That ice is letting off some cool air for sure.
So we've been following Mark Devereaux on Facebook, and he's been posting photos from here. He's here right now. He's going to meet us at the fish hatchery because he says there's bears down there. He's been photographing bears. So
We're going to find bears.
We're going to see some bears.
Yes, it's going to
Finally.
happen.
All right, so we're heading down to the fish hatchery.
We did not see any bears.
Yeah, we got skunked again yesterday.
They don't exist. I honestly think it's like the unicorn
They were just here.
of Alaska. I've seen pictures. People keep seeing them, but somehow they don't want to be around us.
But the fish hatchery is just incredible by
Yeah.
itself anyways. That place is like, it's crazy because there's so many salmon, it looks like you could just walk on the salmon. They're just everywhere. At one point, Lily just reached her hand out and just grabbed a salmon. It's just so neat.
It is so cool, and there's a whole walkway that you can go up to, and when they're working, there's a huge viewing area where you can actually see them squeezing the eggs out and doing all the things that they do with the fish at the hatchery.
Yeah.
And poor Marissa, who's in full swing of morning sickness, that was the end for her. She just it smells, and like it's just watching eggs being squeezed out of a fish. Like she was done.
They like hatch like 270 million salmon here.
Million.
And they all treat it like their birthing ground, and they all come back here.
It's crazy.
Wild. Just wild. When we were in Anchorage, I finally pulled the trigger on a pellet grill. I've been wanting one of these for a long time, but our grill kind of worked anyways, so I didn't want to just throw it away and get a new one.
He's really good about that kind of stuff. Even though he wants something really bad, the old one's got to die before he's ready to make a purchase.
This had some Band-Aids for several weeks.
It was a sad-looking grill.
To get it to work. So I got the one I wanted. It's a Green Mountain grill. It's the Davy Crockett. It's their portable version, so the legs kind of fold up, and I think I'll just be able to put it right in the bed of the truck. What I was doing before was I had a propane grill, and I had to add chips for the smoke, and you had to babysit it, and it's hard to keep a temperature. This, you just set it and kind of forget it, and you can pick the different wood pellets that you want. It's got Wi-Fi, so across the country, if I felt like it, I could turn the grill on, off, up, down.
He's not really giving off just how excited he is about this.
Yeah, so we set it up yesterday afternoon.
He was like a kid at Christmas, guys. Not even joking.
It's so shiny.
And it will be very well loved and used, that's for sure.
We cooked our first thing on it. We cooked some delicious ribs, and I'm in love. I'm just in love.
Marissa heard that there are caves in some of these icebergs, and so she and I are gonna go get bundled up, and the guys are going to pump up the paddle boards for us. And we're gonna go check it out. I'm a little nervous, like it's a huge lake with giant icebergs in it, but I'm really excited to go and explore out there. We're gonna brave the cold and go try to find some icebergs. I'm gonna go get bundled up, and we'll see you soon.
Get it. Feel the bird.
Honey, you love me so much.
I know. I can't wait for you to fall in the water. Then I'll warm you up. Ready to conquer the icebergs?
We're ready.
All right.
Ready as
Don't we look ready? We're so
You guys are all GoPro'd out. I love it.